If you don't keep up with the news like some of us more chronically online folk do, then you might not know just how many rides and attractions at UK theme parks are currently out of action. How many of them are closed for supposed maintenance when these parks have literally been closed all winter. That's when you're supposed to do all of these things. And how many are just shut for no reason at all? Well, with all these smaller attractions and even major coasters being shut, I feel like now is the best chance, probably my only chance, to bring back an old beloved series. It broke. Break. God, it's been so long since I said that. Multiple rides are broken, and I'm going to cover all 10 of them today. So subscribe and leave a like if you want to see this series return more. And let's get into this long list of UK ride availability being shambolic.
Do what you want, because a pirate is free. You are a pirate. You're a pirate.
An entire 2 pirate ships in the Merlin Entertainment's fleet are currently down for maintenance at Legoland Windsor and Chessington World of Adventures. And these ones we actually sort of know what's happening, because the Jolly Rocker at Legoland Windsor is currently closed for maintenance, where it's getting a brand new queue line, new entrance, and an entire refurbishment as part of the Pirate Shores area. Well, Legoland, from a fellow construction person right here, I'm glad that that's the case. And Chessington World of Adventures seem to be having a small refurbishment on Blue Barnacle that will be going on till the 3rd of April. They already shipped off the previous pirate ship, right? That wasn't a pun, by the way. That used to be where Blue Barnacle is, and then brought that in, so who knows, at some point Blue Barnacle might be setting sail too. But for now, those ones are opening up soon, and we know that for a fact.
Sit back and hold on tight. Here we go.
Elsewhere at Chessington though, the whereabouts of this ride have gone completely under the radar, and we have no idea where it is. Elmer's Flying Jumbos, located just behind the main gift shop in the park. A very random place to have that. Me personally, as a planning and construction designer, I would take that about 100 feet in the air on top of a skyscraper. Give it a world's first, why not? But this ride has been closed since summer 2025, and yeah, we literally don't know what's happening with this thing. But it seems like recently, reassembly of the ride seems to be taking place, so hopefully it'll return in 2026, although it's still listed on their website as a temporary closure. Where's Elmer gone? They once did some sort of Elmer hunt around Blackpool. Maybe they're going to do one around Chessington where you go and find the actual pieces of the ride, bring it back and then build it together. And as much as it's not publicly known what happened in summer 2025 to then close it forever onwards, from the rumours that circulated online around the time, maybe they need to put some new safety measures on this ride, and we'll leave it at that. Our first major coaster on this list, so major that it makes a major dent in your body when you ride it. Grand National at Blackpool Pleasure Beach Resort. Yes, it's not open for the start of the season. In a way, I should be sad, but I'm kind of happy. It means I don't have to ride it when Evictus opens. Get in! But this is another one that's listed on the website as opening in June, and I actually went to the park on its opening day and had a look at it, and it just looks so derelict, as if nothing has happened to it over winter. And it wouldn't overly surprise me if planned maintenance did actually overrun past winter, so I guess we'll see Grand National open at some point soon in the month of June, and then it will return for more back-breaking fun. Heading up north to Alton Towers now, where these next two aren't really rides, more so transportation systems, but technically this one I'm about to talk about has ride in the name, so shut up. The Sky Ride that runs from various places in the park. You can go from Dark Forest all the way to Forbidden Valley. Oh no, we want to stay on. You can go to the main entrance, and vice versa, and that is right now closed for maintenance. Which the reason I laugh at that is because the past couple years, they have literally had it down for entire seasons, refurbishing it and replacing parts, making sure they can actually run it, and it did reopen eventually, but now the park's open again. It's still dead. And by the time they actually get it open, it will then start getting too warm and too hot, so they can't actually open it because of the temperature. And the Sky Ride is an essential part of the park for navigating the entire resort. It's a lot bigger of a park than most people think, so getting that Sky Ride across for accessibility and stuff is really, really necessary. And now it's not open for those that need it, and also those that can't be bothered to walk, like myself. And the same could be said for our other ride at Towers.
Hello, welcome and good day.
The monorail. Technically it does have rail in the name, so maybe it's a roller coaster running on rails. But that is also closed for maintenance. You've had the whole winter. What's going on? And this one, debatably, is even more of a nightmare when it is closed. Because the Sky Ride gets you round the park to individual areas. That does help a lot. But the monorail takes you from the very far away car parks, takes you away and avoids you walking through these very hilly terrain pathways and plonks you at the front entrance. That monorail is now gone. And whilst it's closed, Towers have had the audacity to put up signs along that really long walk, stating at certain points, you have now walked the length of the Wicker Man track. You have now walked 13's track. Just rubbing it in how long that walk is. And I joked about the fact I couldn't be bothered to walk with the Sky Ride being closed, and as much as that was a joke, because I don't mind walking around Towers, that walk from the car park to the main entrance, nothing's going on. It's so boring. Well, now you can see, oh, you've walked the Wicker Man track. But once again, like the Sky Ride being shut, the main problem is that accessibility, because people who may struggle with that long walk will have to get the monorail, and now they can't. So, yeah. Please reopen monorail. Another Alton Towers attraction. Towers, what is going on? The Runaway Mine Train is closed for the start of the 2026 season because it's undergoing, you guessed it, maintenance. I'm going to say it again. You had the whole winter. What's going on? Now, I assume the Runaway Mine Train just isn't ready yet for the season, which of course they have had that whole maintenance period, and I'm sure they did do their maintenance on it, but there might have been an issue that cropped up and maybe something to do with the train or the track. The train appears nowhere to be seen on the track anyway, so maybe it is a train thing. And we have no opening date for that just yet, which is a shame because Easter holidays is coming up. And you know how busy it gets in the holidays. I am terrified that that being shut will just skyrocket all the queues elsewhere, which is not amazing. But there we go. Just want to hear, enjoy the ride, choo choo. Because I haven't heard it for too long now. This is one of those that does have a bit of speculation to it. People saying, oh, it might not ever reopen. I'd be inclined to believe it will. Because theme parks would never close rides and then announce after they're closed that they're actually getting rid of it, would they? They'd never do that. But fingers crossed the Runaway Mine Train returns very soon, and I'm sure it will. I don't think that's going to get removed. I hope anyway.
We please ask that you do not rock the cars.
Back down south to Thorpe Park, where we're going to check out our zodiac signs. Where can you guess what my zodiac sign is? Oh, yes. Wow, how did you get that? But this Enterprise flat ride closed back in June 2025 and has been dead ever since. It is not on the app anymore, and having checked it out at an exclusive preview day I was invited to, it literally just looks the same as it does every single time you see it, just even more run down, like it will never open again. And many Enterprise rides around the country are falling, you know? Not literally, like they're not going... They're being taken down and removed from the parks that they are at, and I wouldn't be surprised if Zodiac is next. Weirdly though, the entire ride is fully assembled. It seems like the actual cars are on the entire Enterprise circle. There doesn't look to be any construction work taking place inside of its ride area. I don't know, it's just weird, innit? Why would you just leave a ride, just sat there doing nothing, and then open the park as if nothing ever happened to it? But in my opinion, I think the end is nigh for Zodiac, and I feel like it won't be long till we get a similar announcement, like with Rumble Rapids, stating that Zodiac is closing.
Don't look down.
The main ride we need to talk about in this very special It Broke episode. One of the most major roller coasters at Alton Towers, a world famous ride. The world's first B&M dive coaster that has a vertical drop that's not actually vertical because it's 87.5 degrees, not 90. Oblivion in X Sector. It has been closed for a matter of days now. I'm talking around a week. And once again, the park haven't stated anything other than adding it to that ride availability list under closed for essential maintenance. Hang on, should we say it for the third time? You had the whole of winter. Now, the thing is, with the way that this ride closed, it wasn't closed at the start of the new season. It did open and it was running perfectly fine. To have it close a matter of days after the season starts and then close for a longer period of time, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a problem somewhere. Whilst it's been shut, apparently staff have been spotted around and potentially inside the tunnel, maybe surveying what the issue could be. Again, I look like I'm a construction expert, That's because I am. But what I'm about to say might be entirely wrong. I think one of the daily routine inspections has taken place on Oblivion, like they have to do for every ride every morning, and something has been spotted, maybe in the tunnel or just outside of the tunnel, maybe on one of the trains, to do with the support structure maybe. The tunnel itself is a very intense section. The amount of force and weight going down on the actual supports would be quite high, and it's been running for 28 years now, which is the same length of time Nemesis ran before Nemesis Reborn happened. And it got reborn. Any ideas, Alton Towers? But yeah, I think it's a very vague description, but something's happened either in that tunnel or to the train that has been noticed on an inspection, and they've pretty much had to say, we can't run this ride until that's sorted. I've seen rumours online suggesting that the tunnel itself could be collapsing or that the track has collapsed, which I'd like to think isn't the case considering it's been running for 28 years and suddenly on some random day in March, oh, let's make the tunnel collapse, all the tracks go in. I just think it's something to do with how old this coaster is, and maybe part of the track or supports or something has an issue and they just need to close it and sort it. I don't know how long that would take and what it might be, but I'm taking a realistic approach. But will Oblivion remain closed forever? I don't think it will, you know. I think it will genuinely reopen at some point this season. I think if the rumours are true about it being a structural issue down in that tunnel, then bloody good luck to them, where they do end up closing Oblivion for around a month or so to try and sort out this issue. Don't mutter a word about what it is that they're going to fix, and then reopen it like nothing ever happened. Hopefully, like all of these rides, Oblivion reopens very, very soon. And if you want to stay up to date on all the news with these rides breaking down and when they might reopen, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I do a weekly news series called This Past Week in Theme Parks, where I talk all about what's happening every single week in the theme park industry, including when those rides reopen. I will cover that, I promise. Thanks for watching It Broke Season 7. Leave a like for more, and see you next time.